Dear friends, tonight we sit down for the Seder. Amidst the tremendous challenges, the anxiety, the fear of the unknown, so many are experiencing loss and uncertain health. Yet despite all these challenges, there's something remarkable that we have rarely experienced in the 3,000-year history of Passover. I've sat down for Seders before in many different situations. I've sat down for Seder in Germany. I've sat down for a Seder in Russia, in Hawaii, in New York, in Lithuania, and here in Olney, Maryland. Each experience was so different. But tonight, I think perhaps as rarely before in our lifetime, Jews are united emotionally as never before. We get each other. Let's celebrate that. But what about the tremendous challenges that we are confronting? So allow me to share with you a brief story. Nissen was a young boy of 11 in Auschwitz. After enduring unthinkable suffering in 6 different death camps, he was now on a death march from Poland to Germany as the Russians were invading. 7 days of endless walking, with nothing more to eat but the muddy snow on the side of the road. Nissen felt his energy was depleting. He was thinking of stepping out of line and being shot because his chance of survival were probably 0 to none. And here, Nissen is reminded of the warm and bright Shabbat table back home, where his father would share often a story of the Baal Shem Tov. A student of the Baal Shem Tov had traveled to spend a holiday at his Rebbe, when sometime later his wife back home went into labor. The midwife had sent for her husband to be brought home, to come travel back home. But he was afraid, because you see, the only road back from where he was to his home was through a dark and dangerous forest. And so he turns to the Baal Shem Tov for some guidance of what he should do. The Baal Shem Tov encourages him with simple words. And he says, "A Yid geht kemol nicht allein." A Jew never walks alone. And with that, the man makes his way home. Nissen is walking, and he's reminded of the story. And as he relates, he tells himself again and again, "A Yid geht kemol nicht allein." A Jew never walks alone. And with that, he feels a renewed sense of vitality, and Nissen survives. Nissen today is Rabbi Nissen Mangel, who lives in New York. He is the author. He had single-handedly translated the entire Siddur, the prayer book that we use here at Chabad. And so, in addition to the tremendous family that he had built up after the war, we are all gaining from Nissen's survival. But remember, what gave him that strength? The knowledge and conviction that as a Jew we know we never are alone. You see, that was the beauty of that first Pesach, that very first Passover. Because despite the liberation, that experience should have been one with tremendous hesitation, with tremendous anxiety and fear. Because in Egypt, yes, it was bad, but outside of Egypt, how would they make it even a day to survive? With no provisions, no shelter, no security? Yet that is what was so outstanding about that experience. The matzah we eat tonight doesn't just recall God's miracle, it recalls the miraculous conviction and dedication of the Jewish people. As Jeremiah the prophet put it, "Zacharti lachesed ne'urayich," I fondly recall the sweet and simple dedication and faith of your youth. Lech teich acharai bamidbar be'eretz lo zerua, following me with sincerity into the unknown, into the wilderness, but trusting and confident in our Father in heaven, as a child simply and innocently trusts their parents that they will provide for all they need. Remember on this Seder that tonight you are not alone. A Jew is never alone. Take the time to truly connect like you have never connected before, whether while chomping on a matzah, drinking the wine, opening the door for Elijah, my personal favorite. Take the moment and allow yourself to experience God's embrace. And know that Hashem is with you, and He is our one and only security. L'shana haba b'Yerushalayim. Friends, I wish you, may God finally make an end to this dark night and bring eternal liberation and joy to you and to all of humanity with Mashiach. May it be real soon. Chag Sameach.